Welcome to The Explainer. I'm so glad you're here today because we're doing something a little differently. We're strapping in for a high-energy, rapid-fire countdown that is going to completely shift your cosmic perspective. I've been digging through the latest data from NASA, the European Space Agency, and National Geographic just to distill the absolute most fascinating realities of our universe into a quick 5-minute journey. So, think you know our cosmic neighborhood? You probably pictured the classic textbook diagram, right? Planets just neatly circling the sun. But the reality is so much wilder, faster, and just unimaginably more vast than that. We're counting down the top 10 most mind-bending space facts, and I guarantee your assumptions are about to be challenged. Kicking things off at number 10.
Rings aren't just for Saturn. Even an asteroid has them. That's right, Saturn's rings aren't some exclusive club. We all know and love Saturn for its spectacular, gorgeous rings. But all 4 giant planets in our solar system, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, actually have them. And incredibly, at least one tiny asteroid floating out there in the void has its very own ring system too.
Moving swiftly right along to number 9.
You are currently hurtling through the Milky Way at 515,000 miles per hour. Yep, even if you are sitting perfectly still right now, you're technically speeding. Our entire solar system is situated in a small, partial arm of the Milky Way galaxy called the Orion Spur. And we aren't just hanging out. We're actively orbiting the galactic center at a staggering 515,000 miles per hour.
Hitting number 8, let's totally shift our perspective on time itself.
A single year for our solar system takes 230 million Earth years. So just like Earth takes 365 days to orbit the Sun, our entire solar system is making its own massive orbit around the center of the Milky Way. But because of the sheer unimaginable scale of the galaxy, it takes us 230 million Earth years to complete just one single lap. To put that into perspective, the last time our solar system was in this exact spot in the galaxy, dinosaurs were just starting to roam the Earth. Jumping into number 7 for a very counterintuitive cosmic oddity. Okay, let's dive into this. Venus versus Mercury. We're comparing the hottest planet in our solar system to its much closer yet cooler planetary neighbor. Logic tells us that the closer you are to a fire, the hotter you get, right? Well, space plays by its own rules. Mercury is the absolute closest planet to the Sun, yet the hottest planet in our solar system is actually Venus. It has this incredibly thick, toxic atmosphere that traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect, making its surface temperatures hot enough to literally melt lead. It completely outpaces its much closer neighbor.
Arriving at number 6, let's focus our attention on sheer scale.
Earth versus Jupiter. We're contrasting our homeworld with a giant that could fit 1,000 Earths inside its hollow shell. Jupiter's sheer volume is almost impossible to wrap your head around. It's the largest planet in our solar system. And if Jupiter were an empty, hollow shell, you could literally toss 1,000 Earths inside of it like marbles in a jar.
Ticking down to number 5, we're shifting our focus to the darkest corners of our closest neighbor.
ShadowCam, a highly sensitive instrument capturing low light to reveal the mysteries of permanently shadowed regions on the lunar South Pole. We're literally lighting up the darkest, most freezing corners of the moon here. ShadowCam is an instrument currently orbiting our lunar neighbor. And get this, it's 200 times more sensitive to light than previous cameras. It's mapping these previously unseen, permanently shadowed craters near the South Pole. This is absolutely crucial reconnaissance right before astronauts touch down nearby during NASA's Artemis 3 mission in 2025.
We are at number 4, tracking humanity's vast robotic footprint across the expanse.
We have sent more than 300 robotic spacecraft to explore destinations beyond Earth's orbit. While human footsteps have only reached the moon, our robotic ambassadors have been very busy. We've launched over 300 robotic spacecraft from nations all over the world to explore beyond Earth's orbit. This includes some really cutting-edge upcoming initiatives, like the European Space Agency's Hera mission, which is literally journeying out to visit and study an asteroid.
Entering our top 3. We're looking deeper into space and further back in time than ever before.
JWST, infrared eyes. This is revolutionary telescope technology utilizing a 21-foot mirror and infrared wavelengths to capture over 45,000 hidden galaxies in a single image. The James Webb Space Telescope is essentially the ultimate cosmic time machine. It uses a colossal 21-foot mirror and infrared eyes to see wavelengths of light that are completely invisible to the human eye. In just one single image from the JADES program, it captured more than 45,000 galaxies. This technology lets us see light from the very beginning of the universe, helping scientists figure out exactly where the atoms that make up our bodies actually came from.
Number 2 takes us to the absolute physical edge of our sun's reach. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 are the only spacecraft leaving our solar system. Launched way back in 1977, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 have accomplished something truly historic. They've officially crossed the termination shock, that's the boundary where the solar wind slows down, and they are now flying through interstellar space. They are the only spacecraft currently leaving our solar system behind, carrying a tiny piece of humanity into the great unknown.
And finally, we arrive at number 1. This is for the most profound realization about our place in the cosmos.
Our homeworld is just a tiny, fragile speck in the cosmic ocean. Astronomer Carl Sagan perfectly captured our cosmic reality when he said that. Back in 1990, Voyager 1 turned its camera around from 4 billion miles away and took the famous pale blue dot photograph. Earth appeared as just a fraction of a pixel, just a tiny speck of light in a sea of endless darkness. Amidst hundreds of billions of galaxies, Earth remains the only known life-supporting planet in existence. It's our vulnerable, beautiful, and shared home.
So as we look to the stars, what will we discover about ourselves next? That is the question I want to leave you with today. Because ultimately, exploring this vast, mind-bending universe is the absolute best way to understand our own fragile humanity. Thanks for joining me on this rapid-fire cosmic journey through this explainer. And hey,